Hello everybody, we are live here in Italy at Monza. We are currently about 20 minutes into our qualifying session. We have about 5 minutes left. And right now we have Tiago Krigsman, James Miller, and Jeff Schroeder in 1, 2, and 3 at the top of our charts here. But let's get a little bit of info here on our track today. Like I said, we are in Monza for the Italian Grand Prix in the middle of qualifying, and we have about 25 cars on track, all trying to set their best time to see how far they can qualify up. As we can see, air temperature is at 78 degrees Fahrenheit. We have humidity at 55%, 4-mile-an-hour wind, 25-lap Grand Prix, 6-lap sprint race. And 12 cars will be inverted for the sprint race after the Grand Prix. So the results of the Grand Prix will be inverted. The top 12 will be swapped around. 12th place will start on pole, 11th and 2nd, and so on and so forth, to try and nab up as many points as they can. But let's take a look at our timing tower here. Like I said, we have Tiago Krigsman still sitting up in first, James Miller in second, Jeff Schroeder in third, Jake Potts in fourth, Joachim Flodman sitting in fifth, Eli Cannon sixth, John Nicholas Journey in seventh, Marion Barbaro eighth, Cristiano Schegeman ninth, and Riccardo Marchi. He is a new driver as of this week, so sorry if I butchered anybody's names, but those are our top 10 as of right now. We see Jake Potts coming around. He's going to be our next one across the line. Looks like maybe giving teammate, look like maybe Weston Epps, a tow down the main straight there. Then Monza is a big track for this. Yep, Jake just drives right off into the wall there to get out of the way. But a nice slipstream from a teammate during practice will really help out, as we have 2.5 minutes left before we are going to be hitting the main feature race here, which is 26 laps. We'll be on board here with Weston Epps for just a moment. And they are on the Knox team, Jake Potts, James Miller, and Weston Epps, sister team to Lumos, who they were on last season. Take a look at one of the bananas, as we call them, up ahead of Weston Epps there, as Patrick Olson, number 77. They are lime green as of this week instead of bright yellow, since we do have a couple bright yellow cars in the Capral Simgear racing team, as we see there. So they wanted to avoid confusion, swapped out bright yellow for some bright green. We see James Miller going with some good sectors there. Purple down the mid sector. He's coming down the back straight. Coming up to Parabolica right now. Let's see how he takes this, if he can improve his time on Tiago Krigsman. Everybody else looking fairly decent on time. Weston Epps, his teammate, up ahead. Looks like he is going to come up a little short. And Molaire gets done and comes across the line, resets to the pits. And we're going to see another tow trying for quali here. John Nicholas Journey is giving his teammate Jeff Schroeder a tow all the way down straight. Last second gets out the way. Wow. Jeff Schroeder going on a run. Ooh, a little bit of a lockup there from Schroeder. He's coming across the line right now. We got Jackson Carr trying to improve on his time. Let's see if he does. It does not look like he is improving on his time. Joachim Flodman came across, did not improve. Marion Barbaro is our next driver coming down the straight. No improvement there. A couple drivers just slowing down as we are finishing qualifying, and we are going straight into the race. We have a 2-minute buffer here, so we are going to go ahead and pop up our extreme scoring software. They are one of our sponsors Here is their commercial.
Allow extreme scoring to do the work for you.
All right, we are back. A couple cars getting out on track, ready to go. Let's take a look at our pole position. We're having a couple technical difficulties here. Pop up. Here we go. We are ready to race. Once again, 25 laps here. Waiting for everybody to grid up. We are almost done with that gridding process. We're looking at Tiago Krigsman out in front right now. Hear these engines revving up in the background. Here we go. Lights are out, and we have Krigman gets a great jump on James Molaire. Jake Potts right behind him. Everybody, wow, we're 3 wide, 4 wide. Going into turn 1, let's see if everybody can keep it clean. Ooh, some Constantina effect right there. 3 wide. And most cars come out unscathed. Let's look up ahead. Back to the leader, Jeff Schroeder hanging on in 4th. But T-Echo out to a great start with James Miller right behind. And teammate Jake Potts just trying to keep up there in the skirmish that was turn 1. We have, incident coming into turn 2. Multiple cars sliding through. Wow. Chaos in the background. And this is going to warrant a yellow flag, I am sure. Wow, bunch of cars all damaged up, sliding off. Yeah, definitely looking like we have a yellow flag right now. Everybody's slowing up here. Our orders shifted all out of sorts right now. Krigman, Molaire, and Potts still sitting 1, 2, 3. Schroeder in 4th. Eli Cannon moves up 1 place. Let's see who gained and who lost in this incident. So we have Schroeder dropping down a position, Potts jumping up. Eli Cannon jumping up a position, Barbaro up 2, Roberts up 5, Shanna up 6th. Schegeman staying where he was, 9th place. Yeah, without a rear tire, that is a hard turn to try and make. So Ricardo De Marchi is having a hard time getting back to the pits, but he is still moving. He's still moving forward here. He is back, way at the back now. Yeah, back in 19th, we have a couple people who have pitted and towed. 13th is John Journey. 20th position is 13 positions down, John Journey. We have Stephen Parker Hamilton, 4 positions down in 21st. Looks like a couple people in the pit lane. Shanna, Schegetman, both in the pit lane after some damage. Looks like some repairs on both these cars. Shanna releases. Schegetman is releasing right behind him. And they will have to go to the back of the line since they pit under the safety car. Now let's look up at our leader here. Gecko Krigsman looking good. The Dutchman sitting up front. Being chased down by the two Americans behind him, James Molaire, Jake Potts. Trying to keep those tires warm while we go around the track. Going around a couple times here. This lap won't be our in lap, so we will have at least one more. While we are waiting for this car to come around, once again, we're going to look at our gainers and our losers here. Gainers, big gainer right now is Jackson Carr, 13 positions up. Lucas Link in 13th right now. He came up 11 positions. Rory Collins up 10. Our big losers out of that, Joachim Flodman. He is in the pit lane. He might be retired from this one. He should be able to catch up back to the back of the pack here if he comes out of the pit lane. Lights are still on the safety car, so you would think he would try and get out and in front, if at all possible. Same for Turvo, Epps, Ayala, and Journey. But yeah, Flodman losing 17 positions due to the incidents that happened there. It looks like Journey is releasing from the pits, so we could probably look to see Flodman, Turvo, Epps, and Ayala coming out as well. We can hear our cars in the background here, just getting them themselves revved up. And big jump here for Get Good Racing with Gecko Krigsman up front and Marion Barbaro, his teammate. You can see right here, same livery, is in 6th. This is going to be some good points haul if they can keep this going. And then their last teammate, Jack Clark here, he is sitting in 11th, so he might be able to pull off a point or two. It's looking like we are having some dropped frame issues here, so sorry for the inconvenience to anybody watching. Don't expect too many people to be watching, though. We are in Eastern European time, broadcasting live at around 8 in the morning, 8:30 in the morning. And for our U.S. drivers, this is 2:30 in the morning, so yeah, we are definitely having some technical difficulties. 31% of my frames have been dropped in the last 2 minutes, so sorry for the choppiness, but we are getting this video out to you guys in any way possible. That means me having to stay up until 2:30 a.m. That is what we do in the IFL here. But safety car lights are off. We're going to focus on our leader here, Gecko Krigsman. There's an S in there for sure, Krigsman, so I am butchering your name. Sorry, Tieko. Okay, you're leading the race, so you can't be too sad about it. James Mollaire right behind him. He's going to want to tighten up the formation here. See all these cars going to be tightening up coming down the back stretch here. Tieco is going to probably give that pace car quite a bit of room, so then he does not have to wait up on it. Big gap to the second place here. Krigsman, we saw fighting for championship along with James Mollaire and Jake Potts last season, Season 3, along with Victor Barris and Antonio Jimenez, who will not join us this season. And we're coming around Parabolica. This is going to be it, folks. We are going to be going back live. Lap 3 is going to start us back out. Krigsman's pretty close to that safety car. He's going to have to wait until it dips into the pits, and let's see what he does. And he is off. Mollaire getting a pretty good slipstream. Jake Potts right behind his teammate, almost side by side. See the rest of the grid. What's the rest of the grid doing? There's a big gap between, looks like Link and Allberg, but we have Tieco coming into turn 1. We have Potts and Schroeder side by side. Schroeder loses out on that encounter. Jump back to turn 1. Ooh, we have quite a few cars coming through. Let's see if they can hold it. And it looks like we are clean through turn 1 once more. Patrick Olsen holding it side by side with teammate Allberg, and Olsen goes by. Ricardo De Marquis getting through turn 2 a lot better this time than we had seen before. Right behind, we see Journey going off in the background there. A tight battle here. See the interval for Krigman. Set it up on the inside of Lesmo 2. We have Shanna losing 3 positions there in one turn. Wow. Might have had an off track, might have had a slowdown. Side by side with Parker Hamilton. Wow, just under siege. Here we come down the main straight. Archie taking the lead over, looks to be Rory Collins, who's going wide on the entrance. Way too wide. Cristiano Schegeman gets the jump. Krigman setting the fast lap, 144.924. And I will say it again, once again, sorry for our skipped frames. Are at 42% over the last 2 minutes, so it is probably a little choppy for you guys, but we're doing our best here with what we have provided. Some big overtakes happening. Side-by-side action with Shanna and Jackson Carr, it would look like. Carr just behind. Shanna has that straight line speed. It's interesting to see who has the low downforce, who has the medium downforce, who has the high. The high downforce just ain't going to cut it when it comes down to the straights, but you're going to make up a ton of time when it comes to the Lesmos 1 and 2, and each one of the... we have an off here. Shanna in the pits, something happened. Yeah, they were battling back there, Carr and Shanna, so something must have just given. But we have Mollaire still trying to chase down Tieco Krigman. Second 3/10 back from Krigman right now. Potts hanging on to the back of Mollaire. Eli Cannon up in 4th. Great showing so far from Eli. He's normally about a mid-pack runner. But we see some passing going on our graphic here. Shiano up into 11th. He's one of our faster drivers. Surprised he's so far back, but we saw earlier he got involved in some incidents in that lap 1 wreck that we had. Marshall in the pit lane. Looks like he's coming out of the pit lane, or coming right in the pit lane. Looks like he's getting tires. Jump back up to Arlito. Tieco losing a couple tenths to James Molaire here. Ooh, Potts losing out to Jeff Schroeder here. Ooh, Potts seems to have had a slowdown. And that is going to drop him down into 4th. Great showing so far from the Knox team with Molaire in 2nd, Potts in 4th. Also, the Get Good racing team with Tieco Krigsman in 1st and Marion Barbaro in 6th. Like I said, Eli Cannon, normally a mid-pack runner, he has improved since last season, running up in 5th. He is being chased down right now by Barbaro. See if Barbaro has the mainline straight line speed. And it looks like he has some high downforce because his car is scraping. You can hear that car on the underside just getting a lot of that track. And that's going to slow him down ever so slightly. Looks like he does not have the straight line speed to keep up with Eli, so he's going to have to make his passes in the turns. We just had a pass. Rory Collins getting passed up by Patrick Olson here. Flodman also on O'Keefe. And this is going to be one heck of a run down to the line. Slipstream from Patrick Olson to Rory Collins. He cannot get that going. Danny O'Keefe has the straight line speed on Joachim Flodman, so looking like some low downforce setups here, keeping each other even in this backpack, who are going to be fighting not just for points, but that pole position in 12th place. Patrick Olson currently sitting in 12th. He's going to try and get up to the points. 10th place and up. Ooh, it looks like Stephen Parker had a little bit of a slip coming out of Ascari for the Auriga team. Here we go, Ryan Legendary, Eli Cannon, up in 5th, being just completely chased down by Barbaro here. You can see 0.4, 0.3 seconds out of it, only a couple tenths. We're going to jump up to our, big wide exit there for Cannon. We'll jump up to Molaire, who has closed the gap on Krigman down to about 0.6 of a second here. He's going to be right on the edge of being able to get that slipstream from Krigsman, but Krigsman looks to have a little bit more downforce because he's able to get out of that turn faster than Molaire is. It looks like Schroeder in the pit. A little early, eight laps in. He might be able to stretch that and make that work. But Molaire not able to make up any time down the straightaway. With these cars having such low downforce, most of these setups, it's going to not make too much of a difference if you have the car breaking the wind in front of you. With a slipstream, it's not going to matter because your car is not taking on a whole lot of wind from your angled wings anyway. So, low downforce, looking like most cars are running it. You can see right here, grade angle, low downforce, low downforce, low downforce, low downforce. There's one with high downforce right behind him. Let's see, who is that? Look like Hunter Collier running the high downforce. We'll take a big look at this wing here. Let me see how much wing he has on the backside compared to the other cars around him. Yep, great angle there. So much more wing. And he's being chased down. Eli Cannon holding off Barbaro and Roberts. Sean Roberts coming in for his own team, Attrition Racing. And he is trying to see if he can't get into the points in his first race this season. You will also be racing in our Pro Division. Yeah, he's just trying to keep on the bumper of Marion Barbaro and Eli Cannon here. We have Lucas Link making a pass attempt here on Hunter Collier. He should be able to get the run down the straight. Hunter with that high wing should be caught up really fast by Lucas Link. And here we go, Hunter coming down the straight. Lucas Link has his number right now, going down on the inside. Hunter will be able to brake later, but will Lucas Link give him the opportunity? Does not look like it. Link is going to just go right on by. Hunter's going to try and stay in that slipstream. Great pass there from Link. I believe Link is hailing from the Czech Republic, if I know my flags correctly, which don't hold me to it because I am probably wrong on it. Great battles here. Hunter Collier starting to drop back from Lucas Link now. As we see Marion Barbaro, as we were looking, made a move on Eli Cannon here. And Sean Roberts right on the back of Cannon. Let's see if he can make something happen down the back straight. Right now, Eli is going to have Roberts on the inside. Eli thinks better than to try and block. Eli is just going to try and follow Roberts out of this. And ooh, it looks like Eli has a better release. Cannon trying to get caught back up here. So we Hunter Collier back there under attack again. And Sean Roberts might be under attack here by Cannon. Depends on who has the lower downforce wing. We can see Monza. This is why it's called the Temple of Speed, folks. Just so much speed, low downforce. Cars going by in turn one here. Hunter Collier getting passed up again by the low downforce cars. Ricardo Marchi getting the pass done on Hunter Collier there. Let's see if Collier can keep up with him. Doesn't look like it. Ooh, we have some fighting going on down the straightaway. Danny O'Keefe getting the pass here on Rory Collins. Sister teams. Danny O'Keefe on Orion Legendary. And Rory Collins here on Auriga. Both owned by Eli Cannon. Beautiful liveries this season. We see one of the bananas. Two of the bananas followed by the Legendary Auriga, and who's behind them? Looks like Yalmer Alberg. Jeff Schroeder. Looks like he's dropped back down to 15th position here. That is not a good showing when he started out in third. He is down 12 positions as of right now. He is our second biggest. Oh no! He just gets a little bit too much of the sand. Oh no! And he just trying to get back going, and it doesn't look like he's going to be able to. Ooh, can't really hold it steady there. Maybe he'll get it back to the pits, but that is a devastating blow there. Coming out of Lesmo 1. Wow. Alberg goes and passes Schroeder. This is going to be a tough race for Schroeder to recover from. He is still moving, which is a positive. That's good for him. But we're going to jump to our leader here because Moller is still sticking 0.8 behind the leader, 0.8 back. We have a battle here. Eli Cannon. Ooh, Roberts messing up. Cannon taking a position there from Roberts. Roberts drops back a couple spots, and Lucas Link is right behind Cannon now, who is now 2.2 seconds back from Barbaro. Barbaro putting a little bit of a gap, trying to close the gap there on Jake Potts. Yeah, Sean Roberts, it's showing on my overlay, has crashed. So he has dropped back a couple positions. Jeff Schroeder, ooh, again crashed. So he is having trouble with his car. Let's drop back a couple positions here to the battle. 4-car battle here. And this is for the last position for points. Hunter Collier sitting back in 10th. Trying to chase down Cristiano Chegamin, which we know is one of our fastest cars on track from previous seasons. On turbo, crashes again. He had a wreck at the beginning of the race. But yeah, 4 cars here battling from 10th to looks like 7th position here. Sean Roberts leading them. He's got the low downforce. Everybody's got that low except for Hunter Collier in the back from the Cayman Islands. You can hear that high downforce dragging that car along, whereas up front you don't get nearly as much drag. Ooh, it looks like Hunter Collier goes wide. Jake Potts in the pit lane for his scheduled pit stop. 12 laps in. We are halfway through, everybody. So that means we're going to start seeing more and more frequent pit stops as we go 3 wide. Who's going to get through? Is it going to be Roberts, Rachi, Collier back there? And Schegeman overtakes 2 cars in one foul swoop. Cristiano Schegeman up into 6th place, followed by Roberts. Ooh, and Hunter Collier spinning out in the background during this battle. Jake Potts has left the pit lane and is trying to make up as many positions as he can and stay out of traffic. Still side by side, we have Marchi and Roberts. Roberts has the advantage on the inside. He's going to win this battle out going into the second set of chicanes and just trying to stay on the back of Cristiano Schegeman, who is trying to run away from these two who are battling. Some great lines here from these drivers. Really looking like they are going to just keep pushing. And they might catch up to our drivers in Marion Barbaro and Eli Cannon short way up the track. Ooh, we have a dive. Ooh, thinks better of it. Oh no, and we have Roberts and Ricardo Marchi coming together. Marchi comes out of it okay. Ooh, Sean Roberts loses that back wheel, and he's going to have a hard time getting that back to the pits. Especially with all these cars flying by right now. Through Ascari, that is going to be a devastating blow here for Roberts. He was way up there, battling for up to 6th place there with Ricardo Marchi. It's looking like Marchi's getting passed up, so he might... You might have to... Oh, yeah, he's lost his front wheel. He's going to come to the pits and get some repairs done. Right now, we are looking... We'll look back here at Weston Epps. He is currently in 14th. We'll be passing Ricardo De Marchi and Roy Collins, so that will put him in our provisional pole for the sprint race after Tiago Krigsman sitting back and just running away with this one. We have still 9/10 of a second gap to him and Moller. Marion Barbaro behind them while Jake Potts is in the pits. It's going to depend on if the undercut or the overcut works here for Barbaro. Barbaro almost a full back straight down. We have T-Echo coming up to some lapped traffic. Let's see if they get out of the way for him here. He's getting a good tow down the straight from some lapped traffic, and it's looking like that is number 32. Not sure. Ooh, 2 lapped cars right here. Ooh, and that's going to hinder James Moller almost coming side by side. Oof. Yeah, James Moller getting held up by lapped traffic. And that looks to be Nick Marshall in the Blue Frog racing car. Yeah, James Moller definitely held up. He's a 2.5 back now from Krigsman. It looks like Nick Marshall is going to be battling for that pole position spot. He's down in 16th, but a couple other people still have to pit. It looks like he has done his pit stop. Let's take a look at our pit stop graphic. And we're going to see we have... Yeah, Marshall pit on lap 5. I'm not sure if he's going to get to the end of the race on fuel for lap 5. Looks like Marchi is in the pit lane again. Lap 12, he pit, which is only a couple laps ago. On Turbo, lap 1. So Jack Clark, Nicholas Marshall, Jackson Carr, Olsen, and Schegeman will all have to pit one more time. But if they pit earlier and took tires, they will not have to pit once more. Weston Epps, Ricardo Marchi in the pit lane right now. Both of them, I believe, have some sort of damage and are going to be coming out here in just a moment. Yep, it shows Weston Epps has crashed on my screen, so he is he might be out of the race. He might just be getting things rolling. James Molaire is out front, though. Krigsman taking his scheduled pit stop, 15 laps in. Let's see if Molaire can try and put a little bit of time up while Barbaro is behind him. We'll take a big look at our gainers and losers. Luke Slink in third place right now. Obviously, a couple people having to take pit stops still. I believe he is still one. Only 3 seconds behind Marion Barbaro. So great job from Lucas Link to be up in the top 3 positions here. Barbaro up 6 positions. Link up 21. Right now he is our big gainer of the day. It's looking like John Journey 17 positions down is our loser of the day. So Lucas Link should get the hard charger unless anything happens to him. Molaire scraping that car with all that downforce going down the straightaways. Tieko still in 4th even after a pit stop. So Tieko Krigman looking good. Having some really good times here. Take a look at our closest battle on track, which right now is James Molaire slowing down. Could he be out of fuel? We have lapped cars passing James Molaire. That interval to Marion Barbaro is going way down. He's got to be out of fuel. Oh no. Yeah, his engine is completely killed. He is trying to get to the pit lane as fast as he can. Oh no, he went 1 lap too far. That is unfortunate. And Tieko Krigsman is going to pass him up right now. James Molaire just trying to get down the pit lane. Ooh, this is going to really hurt his positioning. Marion Barbaro in the pits as well. James Molaire is going to be pulling up to his pit lane. But yeah, tons of cars going by. Danny O'Keefe, Patrick Olson, Marion Barbaro getting the jump on him. His teammate Jake Potts, which he was running neck and neck with for a little while there, is going to take a big chunk of time out. And now we have James coming out in 7th. Cristiano Schegetman is going to be approaching fairly shortly. We have Sean Roberts crashing. Looks like he's been having a little bit of a rough race. He's back in the pits there. James Molaire going to be getting run down here by Cristiano Schegetman, who, like we showed in the graphic earlier, pit in lap 1. And once again, anybody who's tuning in, sorry for the dropped frames. I'm getting it on my internet connection here. It's showing on my a lot of curb from James Molaire. It's showing on my my broadcasting software, so I see the dropped frames. I apologize, and we will continue on trying to get this covered as best we can. Ooh, James in the gravel there, just pushing. He's probably frustrated with himself a little bit with the fuel situation. Obviously ran out of fuel, and we watched him there go into the pits just a little too early, or a little too late on his pitting in. And ooh, there he goes. Ooh, into the wall, driving frustrated. You never want to drive frustrated. And that's going to be the race for James Molaire as of right now. Krigman back up into 1st place. Lucas Link in 2nd. We'll take a look and see pit laps. Right now, everybody's had their 1 stop. Look at our lap here. Lap 14 for Krigman, lap 11 for Potts. Link, lap 16. So Link just took a pit stop last lap, and he is holding 3rd position. So wonderful showing from Lucas Link here. He is being run down by Marion Barbaro, but Marion Barbaro, I don't know if he's going to have anything for Lucas Link. He's been quite quick coming into the weekend here. Obviously coming up 21 positions I believe he might have had a qualifying ban, as Marion Barbaro is going to go by Lucas Link. A little bit of an off track there, just catching a little too much gravel coming out of the second chicane. Great pass and way to facilitate the pass safely there from Barbaro. But Barbaro sitting in third now, trying to get his first podium of the Season 4 campaign here. Same for Lucas Link. We'll look at our intervals here, and this is our closest battle on track, as Link has just a little less downforce than Barbaro. As Barbaro lets him go, it would seem, so he can get that toe down the straight. He is trying to stay in that slipstream. Ooh, better release from Barbaro than Link, and Barbaro is going to fight back. We're just going to see a battle back and forth. Punches being thrown from both sides. Barbaro gets a better release, gets that slipstream, but Lucas Link has that lower downforce. They're going into turn one side by side. Lucas Link on the inside, Marion Barbaro on the outside. Barbaro has the turn, and he is going to get the inside on the release. And a better release with that little bit higher downforce, it would seem, from Marion Barbaro. But Link coming right back at him. And Lucas Link here. Beautiful, beautiful recovery from almost ending his race, touching the sand. And this is a race of attrition. 25 laps. We don't see the super aggressive and the super almost on that sand on both of these drivers. We don't see the super aggressive and the super dive bomby plays until we hit the sprint race normally, which is a 6-lap sprint right to the end. It's super quick. It happens right after the heat race, and it is normally super exciting. Drivers are essentially out of time to try and get themselves a couple more points here. And if things ended right now, we'd have Jackson Carr start our race off in pole position. Speaking of Jackson Carr, we're going to take a look, and it looks like Jackson Carr is following Nick Marshall right now. Only 3/10 back on Nick Marshall. Nick Marshall right now in 11th. He's trying to hunt down some points. And the car's ahead of him, but Cannon is 27 seconds ahead. So if something would have to happen to one of these drivers up in the top 10 for Marshall to get some points, and he also have to worry about Jackson Carr behind him. We're going to jump to Lucas Link here. Ooh, right on the back end of Marion Barbaro again. Fighting for third here. Link trying to go around the outside. I believe that is around the Curva Grande. Here we go into the second chicane. Link having the big dive on the inside. It's clean, and he is through. He's trying to break that toe from Barbaro behind him. Barbaro is going to benefit from that toe greater than what Link will. Seeing as he has that higher downforce, the car will be affected in a positive way from a toe, as Barbaro is closing the gap ever so slightly. Link is holding him off, though. He's holding steady at 0.875, right around there. But Barbaro, this is where he's got to make up his time. It's through these high-speed corners, and Barbaro does not make up the time. A second and a half is what Link makes up on Barbaro. Link is starting to pull away a little bit as we see Christian Schegeman starting to close the gap on Patrick Olsen. Once again, Schegeman, one of our fastest drivers on track, week in and week out of Season 2 and Season 3. Schegeman just trying to get in that slipstream. We see on our interval, Barbaro is starting to pull away even more. Schegeman is our closest attacker right now. As we see Patrick Olsen right there in front of him. He is in that slip, 0.65 seconds back. It looks like Schegeman's actually losing some time to Patrick Olsen down the straightaway. So Schegeman may have that medium downforce set up. He is just not going to reach that same top speed that Patrick Olson is. Little bit of a slip there, and Shagetman makes up tons of time in that turn. He's only 0.4 seconds behind now, so that slipstream is going to be even bigger of a factor. Here they come around the Curva Grande, coming up to the second chicane. Cristiano Shagetman 0.2, 0.3 behind Olson. Let's see if he makes his move along the back straight after Lesmo 1 as they go into that. Lesmo 2 coming up. They see Danny O'Keefe is only 2.2 seconds ahead of Olson 2 in 5th place. And Shagetman right there in the slip, and we're about where we were before, 0.78. And we definitely see the wing advantage for Olson down the straightaways. Shagetman's going to have to get close enough down the straight and then make a pass, either going into turn 1 or coming through one of these high-speed turns. Shagetman makes up a tiny bit of time there. Danny O'Keefe only 2 seconds behind is Patrick Olson. Olson's making up time on O'Keefe. We might see a couple drivers meet here with Olson, Shagetman, and O'Keefe, who is being hunted down by the 2 drivers in back. Ooh, Shagetman with a bad exit out of Parabolica, and he is coming in for his pit stop. Like, he just gets it slowed down in time. We're going to watch Olson, see if he is making up any time. 1.9 seconds now back from O'Keefe. Patrick Olson once again driving for Team Banana. I believe they are all Swedish team. Patrick Olson, Joachim Flodman, and Hjalmar Ahlberg, all Swedish drivers. We love to see the camaraderie of the fellow countrymen. We also have Cristiano Shagetman in the Racing Dutchies. Surprisingly, not in a team with Tieco Krigsman. Eli Cannon just passed Cristiano Shagetman, and that must have been because he was in the pit lane. It looks like Shagetman is out. Yep, Shagetman is out. Don't know what happened there. Don't know what happened there. James Molaire is out. Shagetman's out. Yeah, Molaire must have completely ended his race. Krigsman still sitting up in first. Starting to lap a couple cars here. 12-second gap to Jake Potts behind. And Jake Potts seems to be falling farther and farther back as he goes. Let's see, Nick Marshall, though. Shagetman in the pits still. So it looks like Shagetman is out of this race. And that is going to put our pole sitter right now into Jeff Schroeder. He's sitting in 12th now. He moves up a couple places. Marshall in 11th is hoping that one of these guys up front drops back a little bit, because he is 40 seconds back from Jackson Carr after a late pit stop. Jackson Carr 30 seconds back from Eli Cannon, so somebody really has to mess up their race in order for Marshall to move up into the points. But the plus side of Marshall finishing in 11th is he is going to start second on the grid for the sprint, which you can get up to 10 points if you win that sprint race. We are hoping to see some great moves and some fun racing there in the sprint. It gives everybody that second chance, and that's what we really enjoy about it here in the IFL is with the AM division. Drivers are getting a second chance. 12th through 1st is inverted. And if you're, you have a bad race, something happens. We saw Jeff Schroeder wrecked out. Nick Marshall's had a couple pit stops. Lap 19, he's pit again. So probably something with his fueling or with some repairs he's needed. It gives those cars that second chance to, start up front. Jackson Carr, Tieco Krigsman a little aggressive there. In the sand as well. Gotta be careful. He's out front and first. He doesn't want to push too hard. But it really just shows that some of these cars are looking for these points, even though they might not be looking for him in the feature race. So Jeff Schroeder, Nick Marshall, Jackson Carr are all going to be hungry for a pole position. Right now it's looking like Jeff Schroeder. And Schroeder is 10 seconds behind Marshall. We're going to hop to Olsen, who is closest on track to Danny O'Keefe. Ooh, Floodman actually. Looks like Collier had a little bit of a spin. We're going to follow these guys. They are close on each other's tail. Floodman, we know, is quick in that banana car. Our Swedish friends, the lime green bananas, brought back the livery from Season 3 for their alternate team. And we could only run 2 drivers per series. And yeah, Floodman is quickly closing the gap. You can see that wing difference again. Collier looks like he's running at high downforce. Big difference in that back wing. Floodman's just going to be able to close the gap down the back straight here. It'd be interesting to see if he gets a pass done. Better exit by Collier, but let's watch this interval drop. As we see Collier in 7th, Patrick Olsen in 6th. Olsen now 2.5 seconds back. Sorry, Floodman. I'm looking at his teammate Patrick Olsen on the graphic here. We have Floodman just getting back up in that slipstream. Wow, some big weaving here from Hunter Collier. We don't like to see that much weaving. We like to see a little bit of defense from our drivers in road racing. We have that one move that you can make. You can do slight back and forth like IndyCar down the straight to try and break the toe. Ooh, wow, that's pretty aggressive there. He's going back and forth and back and forth. Floodman may have him on the outside. Ooh, he does. He has him. And ooh, they touch going into turn 1. Collier and Floodman. Floodman gets going again. Ooh, and Collier just turns right into him. Ooh, trying to turn himself around there, just smacking into Floodman. Collier doing some donuts, trying to get going. It looks like he might have some damage back there. Floodman pulls off, still in 7th. Collier looking like he is dropping down, and he retires from the race. He is out on our graphic there. So that will move Nicholas Marshall up that 1 position. Ooh, there goes Floodman. The new damage model from, ooh, let's hope he can keep out of the way of some of these guys. The new damage model from iRacing. Floodman just trying to get around the track. He wants to keep as many points as he can. He's got a 34-second gap behind him to Jackson Carr. I believe that is Krigsman, our race leader, coming up. Nope, that is a teammate of his. But wow, Floodman on one of the last laps of the race here. Just trying to limp it back to that start-finish straight. Might be worth letting the leader by just so he can finish on that broken tire. But Krigman looking like he's going to take home this win. We're going to check back in on Floodman, who is going through a scary. Ooh, Floodman having a hard time. He's off, and his car is just falling apart. He's trying to hold it, He's back on the pavement. As we see Tieko Krigsman coming through the final chicane in Ascari. Nick Marshall past Hunter Collier. He is in 10th. And we see Floodman there pulling off to the side, letting Krigsman by. And that is actually going to help Floodman since he is now a lap down. He will finish behind Krigsman in 9th position without losing out to Nicholas Marshall on another position here. Marshall was coming down the back straight. Floodman going into the pit lane. Uh-oh, if he stops before the start-finish line here, that could be it for him. That could be it for Floodman. He might not make it to the finish line. He does, though, so great showing. Floodman. Jake Potts comes home in second. Lucas Link was getting close to Potts there, 5 seconds back in third. We'll see Marion Barbaro come across the line in fourth. Great showing for the Get Good Racing team. First and fourth. That is 25 and 12 points if I did my math correct there. Danny O'Keefe coming across from a legendary team. In fifth place, his teammate Eli Cannon. A couple places back. Patrick Olson for the Bananas in sixth and ninth for him and Floodman. Cannon coming down the back straight. Looks like Jackson Carr, their Auriga sister team, down the mid straight. Eli Cannon coming home here. And he holds it around Parabolica, 7th place for Cannon. The most interesting thing is we have Jack Clark right now. Looking like he's going to finish in 12th as he comes across the finish line. He will be our pole sitter for the sprint race, which will happen right after our race here is all done and finished up. Jack Clark is done. Eli Cannon still on track. Lucas Link on track. And we are going to be jumping right into our sprint race here in just a moment. So we are going to play our commercial here for our Extreme software.
Extreme scoring to do the work for you.
All right, we are back and we are gridding up already for our sprint race here. I know it says feature in the top left, but iRacing does not let us really name our races. So we just have to go with what they say. So this is our sprint, 6 laps. And for some reason it is holding on to some reason it is holding on to people that were on track. There we go. And they are off. Tieco Krigman in 11th. There we go. Jack Clark up in first. Jeff Schroeder. Wow, we have 1, 2, 3 wide, going from 4th, 5th, and 6th place. See how the rest of the field fares. Ooh, we have some slowdowns. A couple people being rear-ended, thrown off track. Jack Clark looks like he is off for Get Good Racing. That would have been a really good result there. John Nicholas Journey right ahead of teammate Alexander Shanna. He has some damage in front, it looks like. Tieco Krigsman falling back into the crowd as we go into the second chicane. John Nicholas Journey showing like he's having a hard time here. Alex Shanna has some real damage. Not looking good for him. He's still got drivers behind him. He's still trying. You see that front right wing and that front right wheel is bent considerably. He got hit in the front and in the back left. Yeah, his front wheel is cambering out. Ooh, that is not good. But we have Jeff Schroeder, his teammate, up in first right now. 1.4 seconds ahead of Jackson Carr and Lucas Link. Lucas Link, we saw earlier, was doing a great job. But Floodman behind him is 7 seconds behind. Ooh, Floodman looks like he might have some damage. We'll get an outside view of the car here in just a second. As they come down the back straight. Ooh, yeah, he is tracking sideways. There must have been a big incident. And it looks like we have a yellow flag here, which shouldn't have happened in our sprint race, but Schroeder, ooh, just trying to keep it alive there. Schroeder is going to be our driver that is on pole on the first for the restart. Kind of a crazy event there. We had a little bit of a quick pit lane for Alex Shanna. We had a little bit of a quick pit stop it would seem, for in between the main event and the sprint race here. The sprint race definitely should not have a safety car, so it might have been, since there was no warm-up in between, that our stewards did not get a chance to switch off the auto stewarding system that we use. So they are still throwing safety cars. We'll have a couple laps of safety car action here. So we see Yelmer Alberg dropping back a couple positions. These drivers just figuring out where they stand and where iRacing is going to put them. Another thing we are doing is iRacing is going to be in charge of our penalties and our, how do I want to put it, our stewarding. We don't have live stewards this season. We have iRacing, and iRacing is not always the greatest when it comes to making decisions on the fly for drivers that might not need a penalty, but we're putting it in the hands of iRacing nonetheless, because we set our parameters just to be able to be followed by iRacing. So hopefully iRacing gets this right, and we see a nice clean restart. We see a couple waiver rounds. Again, Jeff Schroeder up in first, Jackson Carr in second, Lucas Link in third, Joaquin Flodman fourth, Jake Potts fifth, Danny O'Keefe sixth, Ricardo de Marchi, sorry. Keep butchering your name. I will get it eventually. Ricardo Marchi, Eli Cannon in 8th, Jacob Krigsman in 9th, and John Nicholas Journey in 10th to round out the points. Journey keeps blinking, it would seem, so that might not be a great thing. Well, on track with other drivers, we'll see. Potts up in 5th again. That is great for a driver that finished in 2nd in the main event to go from 11th to 5th. Let's see our big gainers and our big losers. Gainers, Jackson Carr up 20 positions, Lucas Link up 21 positions from where they inevitably finished from the last race and are now back up. Yelmer Alberg up 12 positions. Shanna bringing up the rear. A couple cars, Marion Barbaro, Parker Hamilton, Nick Marshall, Sean Roberts, Patrick Olson, Jan Turvo in between him and the rest of the field. And we will see the pace car come in this next lap. We'll have about 3 laps of racing instead of our full 6, but we're going to look for a really intense race here now that we have half the laps that we normally would in order to finish this race. Safety car lights are off. Jeff Schroeder, our leader. We just love to see some of these screenshots. Ooh, Nick Marshall crashing. Not sure what happened there. It showed that he crashed. He might have had a little bit. Oh, he's just slowed down so far enough that it shows that he is he's had a crash. Nick Marshall definitely not crashing, just slowing down enough for everybody to pass him. He might have come into the pit lane when it was closed. If that is the case, then it might have him go to the back of the pack, but Marshall moving up, it would seem. They might be giving him a wave around to get him through the pack. Yep, here he comes through the pack. Number 32 there. White and yellow and blue of Blue Frog Racing. And Shanna bringing up the rear. Such a very colorful grid. We love seeing all the different colors. The whites, blues, reds, yellows, blacks, greens, oranges. We don't really have a huge orange and blue crowd like we did Season 1. It seemed Season 1 we had every other team had orange and blue. Out of our 20 cars on grid, we had about 10 that were blue and orange in some sense. Car going off in the back there, getting a little squirrely. Looks like Shanna with a little off track, just trying to keep his tires warm, went a little wide. This train is going all the way to the back. We love to see all these drivers and these teams putting in all this work to bring us some beautiful cars. We'll see how Jeff Schroeder plays this restart here. Schroeder from Luxembourg. A little bit different from most of our drivers, hailing from the UK or US. Big chunk of drivers from Sweden and the Netherlands. But yeah, Luxembourg, we have Cayman Islands with Hunter Collier, who seems to be out of this one. Arian Barbaro. Not sure on that flag, but we are going to be going live here in just a moment. Lights are out on the safety car. Jeff Schroeder slowing up a tiny bit. Safety car is in, and Schroeder is away. Oh, what a jump he got. Jackson Carr was not ready for what just happened there. Schroeder with a big jump, already a second and a half. 1.6 seconds as we see the rest of the field coming down the straightaway. Wow. This is going to be a tight one. Schroeder catching up to Marshall somehow. We have a couple cars coming through. Like Shanna came through with a little bit of damage here. Jack Clark getting away fairly okay. We're going to be coming through into the second chicane here. Being led by Tieko Krigsman and Danny O'Keefe, and Danny O'Keefe takes a lot of curb there. Cars going side by side. John Nicholas Journey in the 31. Side by side with Eli Cannon right up ahead of him. Jack Clark pushing to get into those points. All these drivers fighting. Shanna with a little bit of damage back there once again. Our closest battle is Jackson Carr right now on Ricardo Marici going down, or Marchi going down the back straight. We have John Nicholas Journey blinking, trying to get by Eli Cannon. He's not going to be able to. Jackson Carr trying to keep up with Lucas Link and his teammate Ricardo Marici, or Marchi. Tieko Krigsman looking like he's going to maybe move up into third place. Wow. He is quick. He's going side by side with Danny O'Keefe. Danny O'Keefe, very consistent, very fast driver from 2 seasons back. Dating back to season 2, maybe even season 1 later on in the season. But Tieko looks like he might have a tiny bit more straight line speed. And Danny O'Keefe going to try and get in the slipstream. You see Tieko just being able to make that pass. Nicholas Journey here. Jackson Carr right behind him. Cars coming through. Eli Cannon. Bit of Shanna. Paul Ayala trying to make the pass on Shanna. As we saw earlier, Shanna had the little bit of damage. Shanna's going to be trying to get up into that top 10, but he's running out of time. Ayala on the inside of Shanna here. Ayala getting a lot of curve. Shanna not able to accelerate out with that damaged car, and he's already under siege from Flodman. Nope, not Flodman. Looks like that might be Jan Turvo, lapped car behind him. And we still see Jeff Schroeder, lap 5 of 6, getting run down by Lucas Link in second place again. A great run from Lucas this week. Tieko Krigsman back there in third. See a lapped car in Joachim Flodman. Oh, is that Yalmer Alberg? No, it's one of them. Them bananas. Patrick Olson is tracking a little sideways between a couple of leaders there. We see Lucas Link trying to push and run down Jeff Schroeder, but it looks like Jeff has put a little bit more gap on Lucas Link here. Krigsman in third. Fast drivers here. Ricardo De Marchi getting the pass done on Danny O'Keefe, but they are still side by side. Let's see if O'Keefe can get the switchback here, and he doesn't seem to, but he is right behind him. 0.2 seconds. This is only over 1 point, but every point matters in this championship. The gap from first to second was only 3 points, I want to say, from week 1. Side by side. Ooh, Danny O'Keefe getting a little squirrely. See if O'Keefe can battle back here. As we say that, O'Keefe drops a slight bit back, but we have Marion Barbaro trying to push on John Nicholas Journey. Barbaro really right behind him. Journey keeps blinking off the track here. Looks like Barbaro might have a run on him. Danny O'Keefe having the run on Marchi. That beautiful chrome red car of Orion Legendary. Love to see it. Wow, some battles coming down the back straight here. This is the final turn. This has to get done right now. Danny O'Keefe doesn't look like he's going to be able to get it unless something happens. But we have side by side. Oh, Marion Barbaro just drives right through John Journey. Oh no. That is unfortunate for John. Barbaro just keeps driving through, no damage. Wow, some net code there, maybe. Oh, as we see Jackson Carr, he's already past finish line. He just loses it. Our last points score is Paul Ayala, Mercury Motorsports there. Wow, what an ending here. Schroeder takes home first, Lucas Link in second. Yeko Krigsman in third, Ricardo De Marchi in fourth, Danny O'Keefe in fifth, Marion Barbaro in sixth, Jack Clark coming home seventh, Sean Roberts eighth, Jackson Carr in ninth, Paul Ayala taking home our last point in 10th. Whew, what a heck of a race, huh? Our main feature was not as close as the sprint, never will be, in my opinion, with just how fast this race goes on and how little time these drivers have. They're always going to be right on top of each other, trying to make everything happen that they can. But let's take a look at our results. Heat 1. This is our sprint, or our feature race that we run, our Grand Prix. And they are Tieko Krigsman taking home the win in our Grand Prix race. Second place is Jake Potts, and third place Lucas Link. We're going to round out our points with Marion Barbaro, Danny O'Keefe, Patrick Olson, Eli Cannon, Jackson Carr, Joaquin Flodman, and Nick Marshall. Getting his first point, I believe, of the Season 4 campaign in 10th place. So congrats to our top 10 on getting their points for the week. We are going to switch over to our sprint race qualifying. Swapped our grid. So Jeff Schroeder had a tough feature race, which is a Grand Prix. Jeff Schroeder, great job. Coming back, getting first place. Lucas Link in second place, once again on the podium, and then Tieko Krigsman on the podium again as well in third. Some great points for Tieko and Lucas this week. Ricardo Marchi in fourth, Danny O'Keefe in fifth, Marion Barbaro in sixth, Jack Clark in seventh, Sean Roberts in eighth, Jackson Carr in ninth, and Paul Ayala coming home to finish the sprint race in 10th, taking home the last point of the weekend. And we see a couple cars just sitting out on track. That's all right. Just getting a little bit of scenery in before before the race is over. But I just wanted to thank everybody coming out and watching. Sorry for the little bit of a laggy stream here. We will get that fixed up for the next one. But that is going to be all from us here on the iFormula League Season 4, Week 2, Italian Grand Prix. Big shout out to our sponsors, Capral Sim Racing, Extreme Scoring. As you saw in the commercial, they are great for anything that has to do with running a league, whether it's just doing points, doing paints, keeping up with rosters, drivers, whatever it is. They are great. And you can also put their graphics on your website that automatically update. It's a beautiful thing. They are the next step if you're looking to make your league just that much more streamlined and take a big headache off your admin team. And then Capral Sim Racing, they're going to be great here for supplying one wheel for the F3 replica wheel in the AM series and the W12 replica wheel in the Pro series that we run. So big thank you to Capral Sim Racing. They are great. Check out their website. I believe it is capral.store. I will double check that for next stream, but look up Capral Sim Racing. They are great. And then obviously our big one is Butt Kicker. They supply us with 3 Gamer Plus units every season. So we're going to be giving one to our Pro Driver champion. We're going to be giving one to our AM Driver champion, and then we're going to be giving one to our a random driver that shows up for 8 or more of these 10 scheduled races for their main division. So as long as you show up for 8 of the 10 races, you guys have an entry into random drawing, and we'll be giving you guys a butt kicker as long as you live in the US or Canada. That's the restriction butt kickers putting on us this season. So need to be US or Canada, 8 out of 10 races. You have a chance to win the butt kicker 3rd unit that we have, and get some more immersion. Butt kicker is great for their subwoofers that strap to your chair. Amazing feel, amazing subwoofer kind of going over curves. You get that engine roar, you get a little bit of that wind vibration on the car, especially these high aero cars. So definitely try and make your races, get those 8 out of 10. For anybody interested in joining the league, there is in the description a short little link there that gets you to our Discord and to our website. So jump on to iFormulaLeague.com, get signed up, join the community, and we will see you guys next time for another stream. Hopefully you guys had fun this weekend. I look forward to it again in Spa 2 weeks from now. Have a great night, guys.